Good afternoon. Hello, how are you? Woohoo! I'm Jasmine Allender, Dean of Humanities at UC Santa Cruz. It is my tremendous pleasure to welcome you to our annual Humanities Division Undergraduate Spring Award celebration for the 2022-2023 academic year. This celebration gives us the wonderful opportunity to acknowledge student achievement and one faculty member for their teaching excellence. We're fortunate to gather today in this beautiful setting, and we are also live streaming this event. So greetings to all of you who are watching via the internet and unable to attend in person. Thanks for joining us. To ground our ceremony here on our campus, I want to share our land acknowledgement. The land on which we gather is the unceded territory of the Awaswas-speaking UP tribe. The Ama Mutsun tribal band, comprised of the descendants of indigenous people taken to mission Santa Cruz and San Juan Bautista during Spanish colonization of the Central Coast, is today working hard to restore traditional stewardship practices on these lands and heal from historical trauma. I want to thank each and every one of you for doing the work of the humanities through challenging times. Deeply complex, seemingly intractable problems need interdisciplinary, innovative approaches. There are solutions that only those of us working in the humanities can provide, ideas that can only be conceived of and conveyed through the humanities, questions, debates, conversations about what it means to be human, to be alive, to work to transform society for the better. In the humanities, we reckon with our individual and shared pasts, and engage in perspective expanding conversations. And in the humanities at UC Santa Cruz, we're thinkers and doers, reimagining the world and fully engaged in our biggest challenges. If we want to bolster our democracy and build a future based on equity, informed by social justice, with communities and citizens who are culturally competent, globally versed, and historically informed, we need the humanities, and we need all of you. We need your questions, we need your thinking, your ideas, your vision, your dreams. We need your work, which will help us imagine and bring into being a better, more just, more equitable world. Today, we're here to honor the work that you all do. And to all the award winners, I celebrate you. You have shown us yet again how the humanities can sustain and change us for the better. Before we begin, I also want to thank all of the donors who have made possible many of the awards we will present today. We're incredibly grateful for your generosity in support of student success in the humanities at UC Santa Cruz. And I also want to thank the Humanities Division staff for making this event happen and for their work in building the Division's awards website. Sadie Lynn, Maya Rodriguez, Amy Brunage, Carrie Napolis, Sarah Jordan, Saskia Naumberg-Dunkel, and Xiao Li. I also extend my gratitude to all the staff, faculty, and students in our departments and programs, especially to our undergraduate advisors and undergraduate faculty program directors who have contributed so much to the success of our division. We could not do any of this without you. And I want to recognize the work of the Humanities Institute. In addition to serving as our hub for faculty research and community engagement, THI offers students support, including essential opportunities for experiential learning through our Public Fellows program. So thank you all. I now have the honor of introducing Campus Provost and Executive Vice Chancellor Lori Kletzer. As UC Santa Cruz's Chief Academic Officer, Provost Kletzer is responsible for all academic divisions and units of the campus. She is also the Chief Budget Officer and works closely with Chancellor Cindy LaRive on priorities, including supporting faculty in their teaching, research, creative scholarship, and service, advancing the diversity of faculty, ensuring the academic needs of students are met, seeking new support and resources for our academic mission, and growing our commitment to serving a diverse student population. She has a very full plate. So thank you, CPEVC Kletzer, for your support of the Humanities Division and for joining us today. I invite you to come up to share your thoughts with us.
Thank you, Dean Allender, and congratulations to today's award recipients. I am really honored. It is a deep, deep pleasure to be here, to be part of this celebration, to be able to share recognition of your work and your commitment to our campus, your commitment to your scholarship, your commitment to your communities, to the humanities, and importantly also your commitment to yourself and the ways in which the work you do here begins to realize your dreams. The humanities play such a critical central role in addressing today's most urgent questions and challenges by helping us understand our current struggles and circumstances in context and to help us make our way to a more just future. It is our humanists who provide essential guidance and resources for understanding the human condition. I think a lot about the skills the humanities teach and the ways in which those skills are essential to navigating our increasingly complex world. Creative thinking, oral and written communication skills to communicate with clarity and style and translate complex issues and ideas. Capacity for careful analysis, problem solving and relationship building. The power of the humanities. And I am a non-humanistic labor economist, social scientist. So I always like to reveal that because, as Dean Allender knows, I come to many events and I talk very deeply about my commitment to the humanities. And it's not because I'm one of you. It's because, in fact, I sit outside and watch and learn from what you do. So this really comes from the heart. The power of the humanities for me and others comes from transforming lives for the better, creating engaged, empathetic, and informed members of our communities and our world. And you might think that Dean Allender and I had compared notes on what we wanted to share today, but we had not. So I'd like to share this. To sustain our democracy, we must be able to imagine ourselves and we must be able to imagine each other as we do ourselves, because democracy is built on respect and concern for others. To participate fully in democracy, and I know I'm not the only person here today who looks at the world today and thinks hard, right, about the future of democracy. We must be able to see each other as human beings. And when we do that, to also think critically and transcend local concerns and see the global in all of the world problems and issues. And the humanities position us to do that. Most importantly, the humanities help us realize our future. Our two honorees today, and I know we have many, but let me just focus on two, are at the forefront of this effort, and they choose to do so through public service, one of the pillars of the mission of the University of California. I'm very proud of the work they are doing and the difference they're making. I want to offer my congratulations to Helen Tran, winner of the 2023 Distinguished Humanities Undergraduate Alumni Award. As the mayor of San Bernardino, each day she works to improve the lives of her community members. And I also want to take a moment in advance to congratulate the recipient of this year's John DeZiekes Faculty Teaching Award in Humanities, which is a mouthful by itself, to Jennifer Lynn Kelly, Associate Professor of Feminist Studies and Critical Race and Ethnic Studies. Her outstanding, yes, applause please. Her outstanding teaching and mentoring have been vital to the success of her students, and that is absolutely one of our campus's top priorities. So thank you again for including me in this celebration. Thank you, Dean Allender, for your leadership and for all that you do to prepare our students for the world beyond UC Santa Cruz through new programs connecting engineering and humanities studies, and here's my humanizing technology button, interdisciplinary research, creative projects that speak to diverse communities and concerns. I am so proud to be part of a community enriched by our humanities faculty, students, staff, and alumni, and how they're changing our campus, the state, and the world for the better. Thank you.
Well, I think you already know what's coming next, but I have a longer introduction to give. So it's my honor to introduce, or repeat, our Distinguished Humanities Undergraduate Alumni Award winner for 2023. She will join fellow recipients of this award, including the last two awardees, Mark Zemmelman, retired Senior Vice President and General Counsel for Kaiser Foundation, and Jeffrey Stewart, Pulitzer Prize-winning author of The New Negro, The Life of Alain Locke. And our 2023 recipient is Helen Tran, Mayor of the City of San Bernardino. Mayor Tran is the first Asian American elected in the city of San Bernardino and the first Vietnamese mayor in the United States. She's a passionate public and nonprofit leader, mother of 3, and describes herself as being probably the most positive person you've ever met. She's the daughter of Vietnamese refugees and grew up in San Bernardino, became the first person in her family to graduate from college, earning her bachelor's degree in American Studies from UC Santa Cruz in 2004. When speaking with our humanities staff writer, Dan White, earlier this year, Mayor Tran recalled that she faced challenges at school at an early age. She did not speak English when she started elementary school, and she and her classmates initially gained help from translators in the classroom. She noted that from these early experiences, she learned to, quote, admire educators very much because they can make or break you. During her freshman year in high school, Mayor Tran volunteered with Key Club and worked for political campaigns. She found her transition to college life difficult and initially drove home to San Bernardino every weekend. As she gained confidence, she joined UCSC's chapter of Alpha Kappa Delta Phi, an international Asian interest sorority, and worked as a grassroots organizer for political candidates throughout Southern California. She also took a semester abroad in Siena, Italy. In her senior year at UC Santa Cruz, Mayor Tran found an invaluable mentor in the late Judy Young, a professor of Asian American history who passed away in 2020 at the age of 74. Professor Young saw possibilities for innovation in Asian American studies and public history and set a high standard for community-engaged practice long before it was recognized by universities as a meaningful and valid scholarly activity. She mined a wide variety of primary sources, including poetry and oral history, and Professor Young encouraged Mayor Tran to write a detailed oral history about her parents' decision to flee Vietnam after her aunt was executed by communists. After several failed attempts, her parents were able to successfully travel on foot to Thailand, crossing through South Vietnam and Cambodia. In 2006, after graduating from UC Santa Cruz, Mayor Tran began working for the city of San Bernardino as the executive assistant to the director of human resources. 10 years later, she became the youngest director of human resources for the city. Mayor Tran has always been passionate about giving back to her community, and she understands the importance of reciprocity and engagement. She devotes much of her spare time to civic leadership, serving as a member on numerous organizations, including the San Bernardino League of Women Voters, the National Women's Political Caucus, and as a board member of the Habitat for Humanities San Bernardino area. In the mayoral election last fall, she won 62% of the vote in her race against a longtime incumbent and was sworn in to her position on December 21st, 2022. Judy Young's research focused on Chinese immigration, including experiences of those incarcerated at Angel Island. As one of the poems on the walls of Angel Island advises, quote, if you have but one breath left, do not be discouraged from your purpose. Mayor Tran is a remarkable example of someone whose sense of purpose serves to inspire all of us. Unfortunately, due to her travel schedule, Mayor Tran's not able to join us today, but she has recorded her acceptance remarks for us to watch on the screen to my left.
Hi everyone, Mayor Helen Tran here from the city of San Bernardino. I want to first thank Dean Jasmine Allender for reaching out to me and informing me of this distinguished award. I'm extremely honored and humbled to accept the 2023 Distinguished Humanities Undergraduate Alumni Award. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When I graduated back in 2004 with a degree in American Studies and being the first in my family to earn a college degree, my thought at the time was to become a third grade teacher that I always wanted to be since I was a little girl. But life, education, and life experience have all prepared me for a different purpose in my career and ended up being a mayor to a city that gave my family and I an opportunity to live the American dream. becoming the first Asian American mayor in the history of San Bernardino, as well as making national history as the first woman Vietnamese elected mayor in the United States. I truly believe that my path to become the mayor I am today was initiated by Professor Judy Yoon, who's no longer with us, but she's here in spirit, who helped me learn more about my own family's journey from Vietnam to the US. It was at that moment I realized how much of a risk and a sacrifice my own parents took to provide my siblings and I the opportunity to embrace a life of freedom. Public service has been in my family's DNA that goes back for more than 150 years in Vietnam, which I've learned that because of the interview of my father for my class assignment with Professor Judy Yoon. For me to serve the city that gave my family and I a beautiful opportunity of freedom, achieving the American dream, became a purpose in my life instead. UCSC helped me not only achieve greater knowledge as a college graduate, but a greater understanding of my own family roots and history, which turned into my life's purpose as a public servant in my own community. Never lose sight of your purpose in this lifetime. Know that your education and life experiences prepares for your purpose, no matter the challenges and obstacles you may face at times. Thank you again for this award. It means a lot. Thank you.
Now we are moving to the Don Rothman Endowed Award in First Year Writing. Don Rothman, 39-year member of Oaks College and writing program faculty, founded the Don Rothman Endowed Award in First Year Writing to honor the achievements of one or more first-year students in the genre of nonfiction, academic, analytic writing, and to recognize excellence in writing pedagogy. Awardees this year include first-place winner Camille Vergely, studying in the writing program in anthropology, second-place winner Loki Malik, studying in the writing program literature and feminist studies, and third-place winner Camille Lagunera, studying in the writing program, film and digital media, and Julia Spillman, studying in the writing program and molecular cell development biology, who received honorable mention for the award. We will now hear an excerpt from Loki Malik's winning piece titled Lesbian Community, Confusion or Connection. Are you here, Loki? Loki's not here? Loki, if you come later, we'll move you to the end. Now I'm supposed to say thank you, Loki. We'll move ahead and perhaps come back to this later. So it's now my pleasure. I promise I won't be up here the whole time. It's now my great pleasure to announce the winners of the Deans and Chancellors Undergraduate Research Awards. Dean's Awards are granted to 50 of the most excellent undergraduate research theses or projects, 10 from each academic division, completed at UCSC during the academic year. 3 of these have also been selected for Chancellor's Awards, given to the top theses or projects from the division's Dean's awardees. Students, as I announce your names, please come up to the podium to receive your certificate, and please remain on stage until everyone's been called. The recipients of this year's Dean's Awards are Owen Cooksey, Maria Haley, that special person just finished kindergarten today, so we'll have to get another certificate made up. Colin Kim Hirschberg. Tatum Kubik. Ashley N. Marshall. Always a good time for purple rain boots. Russell Moore. Ryan Nguyen. And lastly, Ann C. Nyland, who cannot be with us today. We're going to take one quick group shot. Yep. The chancellors? Okay. And now I would like to honor the students whose projects received Dean's and Chancellor's Awards. Van Cameron Jones, who may or may not be here. Perhaps not. Alina Huvanen. Not Rachel. And Rachel Ladebor. I would now like to recognize the students who received Humanities Dean's Excellence Awards this year. These Excellence Awards are given to support student success in and beyond the classroom. Awards are given to students with financial need who demonstrate exceptional scholarship and a strong passion for the study of the humanities. Again, students, as you hear your name, please make your way up here to receive your certificate. The recipients of the Dean's Excellence Awards this year are Kelly K. Chin. Again, Ann Nyland, who's not here, and Audria Vidalis. Sticking to the choreography. Okay, so to honor his parents and show his appreciation for the education he received, Classics alumnus James Drosnin established an endowment in classical studies. The Drosnin Award was presented at the annual Karl Marx Deppe Memorial Lecture on May 5th, and we are recognizing it again today. The recipient of this year's Saul and Esther Drosnin Memorial Scholarship in Classical Studies is Jean-Luc Chedid. Jean-Luc, I've got more to tell you about him, is a classical studies and applied linguistics double major specializing in TESOL. He's interested in the teaching of English, Latin, and ancient Greek, as second languages and the common practice of ancient viticulture. He has studied Latin, ancient Greek, Spanish, Arabic, and Scottish Gaelic. Congratulations, Jean-Luc. Picture. Yeah. Jean-Luc. Let's take a picture. And now I'd like to welcome Sharon Kinoshita, Professor of Literature and Faculty Director of the Humanities Institute, to present the next awards.
Good afternoon. Yes, I'm the Faculty Director of the Humanities Institute, and it's a real pleasure today to be here to honor the students that have been awarded some of our prizes this year. So the Humanities Institute cultivates critical thinkers and prepares undergraduate students to grapple with a complex world. Our focus on experiential scholarship promotes student success and encourages our undergraduate students to take charge of their own education. We provide hands-on training and professional development opportunities beyond the classroom, including our innovative public fellowship program that connects students in the humanities to projects in the community with the aim of mutually benefiting the students and the community organizations. This year, 13 of our undergraduates were selected as THI, the Humanities Institute Public Fellows. As I announce them, I'll ask them to stand or raise your hand when I call your name, and please hold your applause to the end. So Andrea Pastor worked as an editorial intern with the American Prospect. Audie McAfee and Harshita Nerala worked with the Prison Journalism Project. Ian Doyle, Hana Yamamoto, Maya Mislang, and Una Lynch were oral history interns with the Watsonville in the Heart Project. Teresa Bostick and Lo Clanner worked with the Community Foundation of Santa Cruz County. Elena Juvonen was a public history fellow with the Okinawa Memories Initiative. Madison Huang was editorial assistant at Open Campus. Rebecca Snyder and Sarah Sotelo worked for the Santa Cruz Museum of Art and History. Please give a warm round of applause for our public fellows. The Humanities Institute also offers opportunities for undergraduate students to pursue independent research projects. With support from a faculty member, our fellows propose a project and conduct research throughout the academic year. And you may have noticed as you came in the beautiful posters displayed around the perimeter here, and I encourage you after the formal part of the proceedings to spend some time learning about the projects during the reception. I'll now invite each of our THI research fellows to come to the stage and receive a certificate. Owen Cooksey, who's starting a collection. For Diagram of a Murder, Ulster Nationalism, Irish Republicanism, and the Death of Henry Wilson. Thank you. Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
Valerie Garcia. Who's HSI? A look into the undergraduate Latinx and Chicanx experience at UC Santa Cruz. Thanks. Elena Juvonen, winner of the Bertha L. Melkonian Prize. Family and Foreign, Investigating Representation and Contradiction in 1950s Women's Magazines. Yitong Lei, Mapping Chinatown Through Sites of Construction. Shavit Melamed, Radio Activities, Extracurricular College Radio and Academic Success. And Ann Neeland, To Identify or Not to Identify, Diversity, Marketing, and the White Savior in Science Fiction and Fantasy from the Dark Tower series to Star Trek. She's not here. Don't you love the variety of the projects? Yvette Orozco Sanchez, Tijuana, Transformations of a Border City. Natalia Rivera, Human Suffering in Buddha's and Shakespeare's Work. Robin Robinson, Making a Man, the Monstrous and Divine Transsexual. And Arik Talmon, His grain stood in the field, and the reaper appeared not. Contemporary reactions to the origin and global spread of boycotting. So congratulations to all our awardees.
My name is Madhavi Murthy, and I'm an associate professor and acting chair of the Feminist Studies Department. It's my distinct honor to present the award named after our indefatigable colleague and friend, Bettina Abthecker. The Bettina Abthecker Award supports either an undergraduate or graduate student whose work relates to sexual, gendered, and/or racial violence to further their research or to do community service. The award was established in honor of UC Santa Cruz's distinguished professor emerita Bettina Abthecker upon her retirement in spring 2018. A radical feminist, political activist, UCSC alumna, and history scholar with a national reputation, Bettina Abthecker is one of UCSC's legendary professors. Having taught one of the country's largest and most influential introductory feminist studies courses for more than 3 decades at UCSC, she has exposed her deeply compelling ideas to more than 16,000 students. Professor Abthecker's new book, Communists in Closets, Queering the History, was published in 2022 by Routledge. The book, as one reviewer notes, and I quote, shows how queer desires for freedom were so expansive that they were propelled by both the party's political visions of justice and the cruelties of its organizational prejudices to create entirely new liberatory formations, end quote. The Bettina Abthecker Award for Research on Sexual, Gendered, and Racial Violence was this year awarded to Millie Montoya. Millie is a double major in feminist studies and sociology, and since the fall of 2022, she's worked for CARE, a campus resource center focusing on supporting survivors of violence. In her letter of application, Millie noted that CARE's survivor-centered approach to support was crucial to her decision to work with the center. Through her work at CARE, Millie was able to amplify and give material form to the concepts, theories, and histories that she was engaged with in the classroom. She stated, and I quote, and this is a long quote, so you be patient, but I wanted to use her voice here. So I quote, "We provide services for anyone affiliated with UCSC without the threat of authority or police looming over our heads. As a person of color, this aspect was very important to me. Not only have I seen the way that police in this country treat brown and black people, but I've experienced it firsthand. When I first began to learn about prison abolition, I had a hard time envisioning a future without police in prisons. I believe CARE has given me a glimpse into what that future can look like. Through my work at CARE, I have given workshops on consent, bystander intervention, healthy relationships, and other ideas. This approach of spreading education, awareness, and community is part of a bigger journey of dismantling oppressive patriarchal systems, beginning with college campuses," end quote. So it is to honor and recognize this work that we are awarding Millie the Bettina Aptheker Award. Congratulations, Millie, and please come up to the podium so you can take your award. Do you want to say a few words?
I guess. I just want to say thank you to everybody that has supported me on this journey, especially CARE, where I work, and then the Feminist Studies Department that has been very encouraging and supporting the 2 years that I've been here. Thank you.
Hello, hello, hello! Good afternoon on this beautiful day. I have the distinct pleasure to announce 2 awards. The first is the Kenneth Andrew Graham Memorial Scholarship. Oh, I'm Ronaldo Wilson, by the way. I'm supposed to introduce myself. I teach in literature at Cress and also Danham. The Kenneth Andrew Graham Memorial Scholarship is awarded in memory of Kenneth Andrew Graham, a gifted writer and graduate of UC Santa Cruz's creative writing program, who passed away in 2009. His parents, John and Dawn Graham, established the Kenneth Andrew Graham Memorial Scholarship in 2013. This award is presented annually by the creative writing program in UCSC's literature department. Awards are given based on financial need for a student showing a quest for knowledge and curiosity who studies in the creative writing program and is recommended by a faculty member. That would be me. I'm delighted to present this year's Kenneth Andrew Graham Memorial Scholarship to Pamela Williams. Pamela is a third-year literature major with a concentration in the creative writing program. I've worked with Pamela in 2 courses, an upper division seminar in ecopoetics and race and space, and in creative writing senior projects. She is a leader, insightful, and asks the most incisive questions around complex issues akin to her poetry. And I'd like to read just a few lines from a very new poem, if you don't mind, and still, I know, look at your, in all forms of drafts. I believe Billy is Billie Holiday, so I'll read 3 quatrains. She is beautiful. She has pictures on her skin, a knife in the heart, Buddha's head, pink petals and stars. An American traditional. We lay hemlock at her feet. She has sterling coins for eyes and plays with dyeing like an artist. With sound be in stitches, melancholy is whipped, stitch to her chest. She is thin of blood and beams in rose pearlescent creams. Well, congratulations, Pamela. I think you're to come here and accept your award. And I say a few words too? Yeah, please. And also there's a photo op involved. Get ready.
Thank you. This was very unexpected, but very much appreciated. Thank you.
Do we do the photo off?
Take a photo, and that's her certificate.
I would also like to present the Idstrom Family Prize for Creative Writing. The Idstrom Family Prize for Creative Writing was established in 2018 by UCSC staff member John Idstrom to reward extraordinary accomplishments in creative writing. John is currently the Director of National Development for University Relations and will be retiring at the end of this month. Congratulations, John, and thank you so much for your generosity in supporting creative writing. The recipient of this year's Idstrom Family Prize is Dekea Sampson. Dekea is a double major in literature and anthropology who started at UC Santa Cruz in 2018. She works around nature in the poems and selfhood, identity, and structures of feeling bound within her work. And in the same form of the poem, this is a poem from Dekea called "A Body in Motion Will Stay in Motion Unless Acted Upon by an Unbalanced Force." And these are, look like couplets and then moves into triplets. So I'm just going to read 5 couplets. Remember our bodies as picture in motion. We, the passive participants, embedded onlookers. The subject, unfulfilled space between rocks and canyon, slots thronged with amaranth and dark Byzantium. Does it matter that we don't talk anymore? That for just one night we danced along the cliffed rock edges with shutter speed clarity, chasing the want of our bodies? That we screamed our prayers into the valley, our echoes, the only proof that we existed? I'm happy to receive the award in Dekea's honor today, both in the presence of her poem and the presence of her. I think she told me she was, practicing she's doing African drum work, so she's doing something fabulous. So, yay, Dekea! Thank you. And then you'll.
Thanks, Ronaldo. I am now going to present the J Family Humanities Scholarship Award, made possible by the generosity of Greg and Martha J. from Porter Class of 74 and Paul J. Porter Class of 75 and UCSC PhD in 1981. The J Family Humanities Scholarship recognizes an undergraduate student with financial need who demonstrates a strong interest in the study of the humanities and has an academic focus on social justice and diversity. The award recipient this year is Gabriella Ange. Gabriella is a fourth-year literature major with a creative writing concentration and a history of art and visual culture minor. Growing up in the Inland Empire, Gabriella's work as a poet details the intersection between nature and infrastructure, highlighting features of her personal identity through problems of drought, poverty, familial histories, and illness. She's also an actress, musician, and cook who uses these other facets of her being to inform her poetic sensibilities. Congratulations on your award, Gabriella, and if you're here, please come up to the podium. Okay, come over here. The David A. Kadish Humanities Scholarship Award is made possible by the generosity of David Kadish, a history alum from 1973. This award recognizes an undergraduate student with financial need who displays a strong interest in the study of the humanities. This year's Kadish Scholarship awardee is Benjamin Goldstein. Ben is a literature and film production double major who's a passionate musician, writer, filmmaker, and lover of history. His interest in history led him to 2 UCSC oral history projects in the Humanities Division, the Okinawa Memories Initiative and Watsonville is in the Heart. For both projects, he provides media production support. He was in charge of creating the audio guide for the upcoming Watsonville is in the Heart Museum exhibit, and he also runs a drum blog, Beat Banter, through KZSC, in which he interviews professional drummers. Ben cannot be here with us today, but let's please congratulate him with a round of applause. The Dr. Raihan Kadri Memorial Scholarship is awarded annually in memory of 1998 philosophy alumnus Dr. A. Raihan Kadri. Dr. Kadri, a Stevenson alumnus and a previous Humanities Undergraduate Research Award recipient, passed away in 2014. His partner, Tracy Longley Cook, established the scholarship in 2015, and it has been awarded annually since then. This award is based on financial need for a student demonstrating a commitment to the field of philosophical studies and is recommended by a faculty member. I am pleased to announce this year's recipient is awarded to Angelo Claura. Angelo is a second-year philosophy major. This quarter, Angelo has undertaken an independent study on Native American philosophies, perspectives, and traditions, which have often been marginalized in the discipline of philosophy. As part of his independent research, he connected with the American Indian Resource Center here on campus. In this and many other ways, Angelo has shown exceptional initiative and dedication in his intellectual pursuits as a philosophy major at UC Santa Cruz. Congratulations, Angelo, and as a special feature of this award, you are also gifted with a book by Dr. Kadri titled Reimagining Life, Philosophical Pessimism, and the Revolution of Surrealism. So please come up if you are here to accept your award. I get the book too. No, Angelo. We'll make sure he gets that later. I now want to welcome Alice Yang, Professor and Chair of the History Department, to present the next award.
The Siobhan O'Neill Memorial Scholarship was founded in 2019 by Siobhan's sister, Patricia O'Neill, and other family and friends. Pat and Siobhan were both undergraduates at UCSC. After studying history at UCSC, Siobhan was offered a job at the city of Santa Cruz, and city government became her career. She was also very supportive of the artists of the Santa Cruz area. Therefore, this scholarship emphasizes history majors with interests in art or government in her honor and memory. I am delighted to award the 2022 to 2023 Siobhan O'Neill Memorial Scholarship to Star Mitchell. Star is a double major in history and literature. They are a lead peer mentor for the EOP Bridge program on campus and have always had a passion for reading, writing, and art. I was fortunate to work with Star last fall when they took my seminar on comparative redress and reparations. I could always count on Star to ask perceptive questions and make insightful comments during our discussions. So I was not surprised when Star approached me about continuing research on the history of Belgian colonialism in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Star's analysis of the legacy of this history has been outstanding, and they truly deserve this scholarship. Congratulations, Star. So, I'd like to invite Star to say a few words now about their academic journey and the impact of this award.
Hi. Firstly, I want to say thank you to the sponsors of this award, and I want to say thank you so much to Alice, who was there for me to, listen to all my ramblings and my anxiety and all my, Alice, I'm freaking out about this paper and I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't think I would be here without her. And so honestly, I feel like if I could give her this award, I would. And I also want to thank my dad for being the reason I'm here and like the reason I'm successful and the reason that I don't know that I exist. So thank you, Dad. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about my research. So one of my main goals here at UCSC is to never take a class I'm not interested in, even when it comes to the GEs. And when I was searching around for my senior seminar, I saw Professor Yang's redress and reparation class, and I knew that was everything I was going to be interested and invested in completely. And I started my research in that class with the approach of nationalism, which is how every country in the world imagines themselves and their personal history. I stumbled upon an article about Belgium's King Philippe visit to the DRC last year, and King Philippe presented President Felix Tshisekedi with a Congolese ceremonial mask, but he only loaned it. He was not returning it. And King Philippe expressed his regrets but not direct apologies or reparations to the Congo. And it's this continued narrative of a paternalistic attitude to the Congolese people and towards redress and reparations. And Philip failed to acknowledge the genocide of as many as 10 million Congolese people, over half the region's population between 1880 and 1920, and it's this genocide, nationalistic pride, and continued arrogance that really makes my research important to me. And although it will never be possible to completely understand genocide, my goal is to extrapolate from colonial narratives and recognize the voices from the DRC that challenge the lackluster apologies and non-existent reparations made by Belgium. And it's my hope that through my research, I can continue to engage in social justice and bring to light the complicated history of colonialism and imperialism. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bruce Thompson. I teach in the departments of History and Literature and the program in Jewish Studies. And it's my honor to tell you about the winners of the Molly Cass Seder Memorial Scholarship in Jewish Studies. In 2020, Professor William F. Seder established this scholarship endowment in tribute and memory of his mother, Molly Cass Seder. William Seder is the parent of class of 1993 Kresge alumna Rachel Seder, who studied Jewish studies and the history of art and visual culture here at UCSC. The Molly Cass Seder Memorial Scholarship in Jewish Studies supports one or more undergraduate students with financial need who display a strong interest in Jewish studies. I am pleased to announce the two awardees of this scholarship this year are Rachel Kedem and Rachel Van Ross. Rachel Kedem is a third-year undergraduate majoring in literature with a creative writing concentration and minoring in Jewish studies. She is a student leader at Santa Cruz Hillel, where she helps plan Shabbat dinners and other events. She enjoys editing and providing feedback on essays and manuscripts, and hopes to continue to pursue that passion by working as an editor at a publishing house or a creative writing journal in the future. Rachel Van Ross transferred to UC Santa Cruz in 2021 to continue studying history after completing her associate degrees in history at Shasta College. Her interest in history began in elementary school and has only been fostered by numerous teachers throughout her educational career. She is excited to have the opportunity to continue her educational journey here at UCSC and plans to stay an additional year so that she can combine her intensive history major with a Jewish studies major. I know that Rachel Van Ross could not be here today, but I've just noticed that Rachel Kinem has just arrived from a class. And Rachel, if you could come up to accept your award. Congratulations. Thank you. Would you like to say a few words? Sure. Okay.
I just want to say I'm very grateful to receive this award, and I decided to be a Jewish Studies minor because I wanted to grow closer to my identity as a Jew and study it so that hopefully it will influence my works in a way that's positive and creates change in today's world. So thank you.
Congratulations, Rachel. And just a few more awards to announce. These are the Jewish Studies Undergraduate Research Awards for Distinguished Scholarship in the field of Jewish Studies. And they are Rachel Ledeboer, The Comedy of Carrie Fisher; Hex Harvey, Nationalism, Anti-Semitism, and the Fourth Reich; Jacob Press, The Jewish Diaspora in Colonial Jamaica and New York; and Shavit Melamed, Mel Brooks's Legacy as a Modern Pinnacle of Jewish Comedy.
Oh, you want to take a photo? Sorry, we didn't have certificates for this. This was the rest of the class.
Okay, we're coming to our last set of awards. The Dzikas Faculty Teaching Award celebrates Humanities Division faculty's commitment to excellence in teaching and its transformative impact for undergraduate students. This award is named in honor of Professor Emeritus John Dzikas, a member of the founding humanities faculty whose powerful ability to inspire and engage generations of students exemplifies our aspirations as teachers. Since 2002, the Dzikas Faculty Teaching Award has celebrated the work of outstanding teachers and their students. The award honors the work of faculty and supports students who aspire to learning and critical thinking. Faculty recipients of the award receive a grant and designate students from the Humanities Division program to receive scholarships in their name that recognize academic accomplishment. This year, the faculty member who's been awarded the Dzikas Faculty Teaching Award is Jennifer Kelly. An outstanding instructor and mentor, Jennifer Kelly is Associate Professor of Feminist Studies and Critical Race and Ethnic Studies and is adored by her students and colleagues. The nomination packet from the departments were replete and with praise and accolades from undergraduate and graduate students as well as her peers. In addition to being a remarkable teacher, Professor Kelly is an outstanding scholar and was herself an undergraduate student here at UCSC with a double major in feminist studies and literature. As the nomination letter states, quote, Professor Kelly's passion for research and teaching as twinned aspects of engaged scholarship arose in the first instance from her education here at UC Santa Cruz. And in full circle fashion as a professor in Cress and feminist studies, she now inspires students to pursue transformative community-engaged research, much as she once herself was inspired. Students also discussed in moving detail the impact she's had on their lives, describing her as someone who sparks a love of learning, who is engaging, empathetic, and generous. As one of her students wrote, quote, Professor Kelly's research methods class helped cultivate my love for research and curiosity for the world at a time when the world felt like it's set on the precipice of doomsday. isolated, quarantined, and alienated from our outside surroundings as we entered another quarter of entirely remote education, Professor Kelly helped me understand that curiosity isn't futile. It's fruitful and necessary and vital. I now invite Professor Kelly to say a few words.
This is for short people. Okay. Hi. Thank you so much, Jasmine. I so appreciate you and the many ways you anchor us in the humanities. And thank you so much to my chairs in CREST, Christine Hong, and in Feminist Studies, Madhavi Murthy, for nominating me for this award with such radical love and care. So my journey at Santa Cruz began with my own time here as an undergraduate in feminist studies and literature between 2000 and 2005. As a student here, I learned how to study and organize collectively and how to do work within the university that matters in the world. I was here as a student where I began the kind of research on tourism and colonialism that I do now. And it was here that I had the kinds of pedagogy modeled for me. You can come up here, baby. You can come up here. Come here, Isla. It's okay. Come here. I don't know where I was. It was here. You want to come up here? Okay. It was here. Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you. It was here that I had the kind of pedagogy modeled for me where my professors asked hard questions, expected a lot, and reframed so much of how I saw the world around me. Now, as faculty in the same place and in the same department, I've sought to share those lessons with my students. How to treat study as equally important to as equally important to and necessary for struggle. Here, look at this cool, look at that cool rock. And are you okay? She's okay, I think. All right. This is life now. So. So all right, so as faculty here in the same department and that I started, right, I've sought to share those lessons with my students, how to treat study as equally important to and necessary for struggle. And while I encourage rigor, I also prioritize kindness and insist that the two are not mutually exclusive. Most importantly, I ask my students to revise and revise and revise. And here... And in the throes of week 9, they are revising and revising and revising. And together we talk about how important it is to be vulnerable enough to share our ideas and allow them to be reshaped and in turn reshape us. And that, I think, is one of the... Can you look at these flowers, baby? And that, I think, is one of the... many ways that scholarship has an important role to play in diagnosing and resisting the colonial present. I've chosen to award, this stopped functioning, sorry. I've chosen to award Isadora Amaris Lopez Magali Itangle and Justin Curran, thank you. The scholarship in my name. Isa's project is a profoundly important and clear-eyed look at UCSC's role in settler colonial projects at home and abroad. Thank you. Thanks. An analysis of UC Divest that seeks to hold organizers, Isa included, accountable to naming and resisting that violence. Yitang's project is a thoughtful, comparative analysis of anti-gentrification organizing in several Chinatowns across Turtle Island and asks if anti-gentrification is enough if it doesn't take decolonization seriously. At the same time, the project does not offer a blueprint for organizers. It instead suggests places for Chinatown organizing and indigenous ideology and practices to overlap. Lastly, Justin, who couldn't join us today, is working on a thoughtful and nuanced analysis of Stop Cop City, the collective of organizers resisting a police military base in Waolani Forest on stolen Muskogee land in Atlanta, as a model for abolitionist organizing that has decolonization at its center. Each of these students are embarking on place-based, site-specific projects on settler colonial displacement that are ethically researched and carefully considered. They each care deeply not only about the research, but also about how they do the research. And to each class, they bring insights that connect the course readings to their own research and organizing, doing the work of study alongside struggle. Most importantly, I can see their research lending itself to projects on divestment, gentrification, abolition, and decolonization that will live far beyond the spatial and temporal confines of our classes together. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. So Isa also can't join us because they're at mariachi practice, but Itang is here. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, I don't have a speech prepared, but the quote that Dean Allender quoted was from my nomination Google form. I remember submitting it. The first time I had any interaction with Professor Kelly, it was through a tiny little Zoom square on my laptop screen. It was during my second year as a student here, and it was a strange time, I think, for all of us to be quarantined, confined, isolated, alienated. And it feels very full circle to be able to be here with Professor Jennifer Kelly today, especially as I finish up my 4th and final year at UCSC. So congratulations, and thank you so much for everything.
That was our last award. So let's finish with one big round of applause for all of our award winners. Thank you for coming, and I hope you will stick around. We have some light refreshments right over there behind you, and please stay and take a look at the posters, and you can speak with all the THI research fellows who are presenting their research projects. Thank you all very much.